Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody's having an awesome day. And I'm outside right now. It is getting pretty warm here in Cincinnati. We did have a cold front come through, but it is warm enough that I can be outside enjoying the sun with my beautiful girl right here. And this is the Argentine boa. My neighbors do have some annoying dogs, but that is okay. So hopefully we can see some of her colors, although she is mostly black. She does have a lot of shine to her. Hopefully the sun can pick that up. Alright, so we're back in the snake room. It took a little time to get her back inside. She wanted to kind of be cruising around in the grass, which was fine with me, and it's perfect for her because she can be out there getting some exercise and enjoying some enrichment, although snakes do not need UV light or any lights or any of the chemicals or whatever it's called from the sun. Snakes really don't need any of that stuff. That's pretty much just for certain types of lizards and things like that. But on the Anaconda enclosure for Pop-Tarts, I do not have her in here right now. She is in a little tub. So I installed the light right there that I got at Lowe's. I think that was about $30, which gives off some pretty good lighting in here. Even on the cool side, it's not that dark over there. And then I went ahead and I got a 80-watt heat panel from VE. It's probably too dark under there to see. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to get the 80 or the 125. I think I should have went with the 125 because the 80 is definitely working in overdrive for, I think, the height of this. So on regulating that, so let me just go back to this. So I just drilled 2 holes in the back, running the probe right under the panel, and then I got the VE 300 times 2. I know there's better out there on the panels and then probably on the thermostat. A lot of people go with the Herpstat, which is perfectly fine. I hear that they have a little bit more options, but I'm really not going to be doing too much with that, I don't think. Basically all I need is just control the panel because I do have the radiant heat in the room. So I got the times 2 because if I do build a second one and I do need another heat panel for that, I can always plug 2 into this and not have to buy another one. And just to get the one that has the 2, it was like an extra, I think it was like $40. So instead of paying another $200, you know, just buy the one that can do 2 in case I need it. So I've got it at 92 degrees. And then on the panel with my heat gun, I think it was reading around like 170 to 180 before it started like kicking in and doing what it was supposed to do. And then down on the floor here, so the bedding is pretty hard to heat up. So I had so down here, you know what I'm saying, like I had Jason helping me out setting all this up because he's a buddy of mine on Facebook. He just installed one different product, and then he uses the animal plastics enclosures. So down here I was reading at, so I was laying newspaper down because this stuff doesn't really heat up very quickly. So I shoved all this to the side, I put newspaper down, and was reading around 85, I think 86 down here, which is perfect, exactly where I want it. But with this being up here, I don't think Pop-Tart could get up there yet. I'm sure when she's older she could, but I don't know how on the paperwork it says this will not burn an animal. I mean, touching it, it's hot. And when it gets up into like 170s, 180s or higher, yeah, I mean, it's really, really hot to touch. But the heat transfer up here isn't too bad. I think up here it's like it's not hot to touch, but you can still feel the heat on it. I think this one was, so from a 1/2 inch, I think this was sitting at 87, I think. So still warm, not hot enough to go through to burn, not hot enough to go through one of these to burn also. So secondary heat, since I've now put my snakes up here, I could always set one kind of near it, so it could be a secondary heat choice if I needed it. But my plan is to put the other enclosure here, and then you might be able to see or guess what my new snake is over here that I was talking about in my last video. So little update on Pop-Tarts. So I'm not the greatest at checking for the sex on these animals. I don't probe them or anything like that, but when you do run underneath the vent of their butt back through the tail, kind of like squeezing them like a toothpaste tube, you can feel the bumps if it's a male on boas. If you don't feel the bumps, it's a female. So Pop-Tart right here, she is big for, you know, over a year and a half ish. So I still think she's a female. I bought her as a female. I checked her over and over and over and over and over again to make sure she was a female. But the thing that makes me think that it might be a male, I found some white floaty things in the water the last time she shed. At first I didn't know what it was. They did not look like sperm plugs. They weren't connected. They were just some slimy white substance in the water. So maybe, I have no idea what that is. That could have just been I don't know. So next shed, if no sperm plugs come out, well, I mean, I think it goes back and forth. I'm not really sure if they're the real sperm plugs, but it's something else, but people just call them sperm plugs. So when the shed gets ripped on the inside, it can agitate the reproductive glands, causing them to have sperm plugs come out. So I've been told. I could be totally wrong on that, but I was talking to a couple people about it, and they said normally around the 18-month mark is like the youngest they would start seeing sperm plugs. So she's not at that age yet. And then again, so I really don't know what it is. So still think it's a female. Very, very slight chance it's a male. So I decided if it is a male, which I don't think it is, why not try to go get a female? And in the years on the road, we can try, let's get this light straight. We can try breeding. So I know a lot of people thought I would be breeding the Argentines, and that would be awesome, although I cannot find any males, and the prices have skyrocketed on those, which is definitely not a bad thing. But I really am taking a huge jump and a leap into the unknown with buying 2 green anacondas. So this one is a female, probed, confirmed. Felt her. I mean, she feels, this one's a female. She feels just like Pop-Tart. So if I have 2 females, then I have 2 females. It's not a big deal. If I have Pop-Tart as a male and she's a female, then that's even better. So if I have 2 females, my options open up big time for breeding. I can either get 1 male at any age and just straight up breed. I know green anacondas are about 6 years out before they can even start breeding, which is a long time. Although female boas need to be about 4-ish anyway, so it's not that long. And I know people do wait like 7, 8, 9 years to breed the females, because obviously, depending on size, you're gonna get the bigger litters and stuff like that. So her yesterday, I don't know if you guys can see this, right there, she tagged me pretty good. and didn't hurt. It just startled me, and then I definitely was bleeding a lot. So I will say it's my fault. She did go up. I was wearing a hoodie. She went up my my sleeve, and then I was pulling her back out, and then once I got her out, she nailed me. So I thought she was gonna nail me when I was pulling her out on my arm, but luckily that didn't happen. So this girl is trying to get the light over here. I mean, she has high orange in her, and this was just a random breeder from the local area. So I don't have Nerd or Megan or anybody else's anacondas. I know those are like high quality, high dollar. But if this light picks it up, and she's actually doing pretty well with the camera in her face. I mean, she's super high orange, nice yellows, bright markings on the mask on her face. And so I'm super excited about her. I don't want to startle her too much. So I got her yesterday, and she's still kind of hanging out, acclimating into a new environment. This tub is not going to be where she's going to be at for very long. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to build 2 of these. A lot of people were arguing with me on Facebook that 8 feet's not big enough for an anaconda, but that's what breeder size keep them in, even 6-footers. I mean, it's going to take years and years and years, 10 years probably, for these things to get anywhere over 12 feet. And I'm not even, you know what I'm saying, anything could happen by then. Hopefully I can still keep them. Laws change every year, and so who knows what the future holds with that. But I'm just super excited that So other than just getting her and trying to finish up with my enclosure down here, everybody else is doing really well. My Motley should be shedding out any day now. I'm gonna guess probably another 2 or 3 days. Hopefully she surprises me sooner than that. But her colors went back to normal-ish, and so that's a good sign. And she could probably be in this tub for a little bit longer. I definitely need to start working my way up to bigger tubs, or building a couple more of these PVC things, although they'll probably all be in 4-footers, which is perfectly fine for them. My Burmese that I put in here, I don't know where she is, so I had her out earlier. This is the reason why I kind of went with regular glass than plexiglass, because plexiglass, and I say this all the time, it just gets super dirty. It gets scratched up, and it just doesn't look very nice. But, oh, there she is. So, she's doing well. I added this branch in here. I do have a whole bunch of vines like these that I'll just wrap around here just to make it a little bit more lively in here, a little bit more real. And she should be good for a while, at least a couple years in here. I know berms do have, well, I guess it depends on how you feed them. I think berms have a pretty slow growth rate, but even if she explodes and, you know, next year or in 9 months or 10 months she's 6 feet, I'll definitely be quickly adding a second one. And then with the Anaconda, I know she's in here, so I do have 2 of these, and so I can always put another snake into one of these for a while. And I know some of you wanted my ghosts to go down here. This is a pain in the butt because it is a top lid. The lid. So I definitely have options with different enclosures. Oh, the name of this new one. Not 100% sure. I was told to name it Toaster Strudel since I've named the other one Pop Tart. And then a girl that I work with told me to name it Mountain Dew. Perfect name. Amy, because green and yellow, and then Mountain Dew is green and yellow, and I drink Mountain Dew all of the time. So possibly leaning towards Mountain Dew, but you never know on the names. And she's looking like she wants to take a jab at my camera right now, but there she is. And again, I appreciate everybody that's subscribing, watching my videos, helping me out with my snakes, setting things up for my enclosures on Facebook, Instagram, and on here. I'm definitely really enjoying the community of reptiles more than the other hobbies that I am into or were into in the past. There are the exceptional people that do like to judge instantly, make random accusations. Constantly, or anything you post out on Facebook, you're always gonna have that group of people say you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. You have no idea what you're talking about, and then you go, "Do you even own this type of a snake?" And they're like, "No, I don't own any of those, but I just Google stuff." And it's like, well, if you don't have no firsthand experience, it's kind of hard for you to throw out your opinion on some of these more rare snakes and stuff like that. But it comes with being on the internet, being involved with hobbies. People are always gonna run their mouths, try to put you into the wrong direction on purpose just so you fail. But I do appreciate the loyalty of the people who appreciate the snakes. I appreciate that. Really, anybody that tries to go above and beyond with their animals, they shouldn't be bashed or hated on too hard. But you gotta have tough skin if you're gonna be posting stuff all over the internet, I guess. So, like I said, I appreciate everybody that gives me good feedback, and I will see you guys on the next video.